Good morning, students. Let's begin our part 2, Power Resources. Sunny's mother began her day by switching on the geyser. She irons Sunny's school uniform before waking him up. She then rushes to the kitchen to prepare a glass of orange juice for him in the blender. Sunny, have you finished taking bath? Come and have your breakfast, call out mother while preparing breakfast on the gas stove for Sunny. While going to school, Sunny forgets to switch off lights and fans. When mother switches them off, she thinks that life in the cities may be more comfortable, but its dependency on more gadgets, all of which consumes energy, has led to a wide gap between the demand and the supply. With the advent of science and technology, the lifestyles are changing very fast. So with the help of these three paras, we can easily see that without technology we cannot survive, because our day begins with technology and our day ends with the help of technologies. Even when we are sleeping, at that time also we are using technology, or we can say we are using resources. Power or energy plays a vital role in our lives. We also need power for industry, agricultural, transport, communication and defense. Power resources may be broadly categorized as conventional and non-conventional resources. As we know that without power, our lives are not easy. Power plays very important role in our life. Even for communication, for industry, for agriculture, even for transportation, we need resources, or we can say we need power. Now, power resources are categorized in conventional and non-conventional resources. First, let's see conventional resources. Conventional resources of energies are those which have been in common use for long time. Firewood and fossil fuels are the two main conventional energy sources. So conventional sources energy is the energy which is been for common use for a long time. Firewood and fossil fuels, these two are the main conventional energy resource. First, let's see firewood. It is widely used for cooking and heating. Firewood, it is used for cooking and heating. In our country, more than 50% of energy used by villagers come from firewood. As the villagers people mostly cook food with the help of firewood. That's why firewood is used by villagers in more percentage. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth for 1 million of years got converted by the heat and pressure into fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, natural gas are the main sources of conventional energy. So fossil fuels, in that there are coal, petroleum, natural gas. These are the main sources of fossil fuels, and we can also say that the main source of conventional energy. Here there are one figure is given, conventional source of energy, figure 3.8. So in first figure we can see oil and natural gas, both advantages and disadvantages are given. So let's see first of all of oil. Advantages: easy to transport, it can transport in tankers, and if there is in less amount, then we can also transfer it in can. Basis of petrochemical industry, it is used in petrochemical industry. Now advantages of natural gas: it's also easy to transport with the help of pipelines. It is cleaner than oil and coal and cheaper than oil. Okay. Example, gas, CNG gas is cheaper in comparison of petrol and diesel. Okay. Now what are the disadvantages? So depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. If the oil will spilled out or if gas leakage will be there, then the oxygen will be we can say oxygen can be feel bad. Oxygen get impure. Pollutants released caused acid rains, and with the help of these pollutions there are chances of acid rain. Exploration of new fuel is not easy. Easily we cannot find new fuel. Now firewood and coal. So let's first of all see firewood. Advantages of firewood: easy to access, we can easily get it. Then provide energy to a large number of people. It will prove useful to large number of people. Its disadvantages is collecting is time consuming. If we want to collect firewood, then it will consume a lot of time. Polluting, promoting greenhouse effect and deforestation. Why deforestation? Because the firewood you will get from the trees wood. So for getting that wood you need to cut down the trees. So it is the effect of deforestation. Now coal. Advantages: extensively available. Next, efficient conversion of to electricity. And its disadvantages are polluting sources and bulky to transport. Now hydel power. No, advantages are non-polluting, promotes irrigation and fishing, and it's cheap. And what are the disadvantages? Displacement of local community, induces low-lying regions, and it's expensive to set up. Now, the reserve of these minerals are limited. The rate at which the growing world population is consuming them is far greater than the rate of their formation. So these are likely to be exhausted soon. Okay. So in the portion from which we are getting these resources is less in comparison that we humans are consuming them in lot of amount. Coal is the most abundantly found fossil fuel. Means it is easily available everywhere around us. It is used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron, steel, steam engines, and to generate electricity. Coal is mostly used by villagers, or we can say village people. It is also used in steam engines. Okay, and it is used in industries such as iron and steel. It also helps to generate electricity, and the electricity which is generated with the help of coal, that electricity is known as thermal power. The coal which we are using today was formed million of years ago when giant fens and swamps got buried under a layer of earth. The coal we are using right now, or we can say nowadays, that was formed million of years ago, and it was found under the layer of earth in buried form. Coal is therefore referred to as buried sunshine, and that is why its second name is buried sunshine. The leading coal producers of world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa, and France. Coal producing areas of India. In India, the places they are producing coal are Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad, and Bokaro in Jharkhand. Next, petroleum. Everyone is aware about petrol. Okay, the petrol that keeps your car running, as well as the oil that keeps your cycle from making such bad noises, both begin as a thick black liquid is called petroleum. It is found between the layer of rocks and drilled from oil fields located in the offshore and coastal areas. This petroleum is found between the layers of rocks and it is taken out with the help of drilling. This is then sent to refineries, which process the crude oil and produces a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastic, lubricants means oil. Okay, so once the oil is drilled out, afterwards it is sent to refineries, and when they are in refineries, certain processes are done on them, and from that oil different products are made, or we can say different products are available in the form of diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics and many more. Petroleum and its derivatives means its byproducts are called black gold as they are very valuable. The chief petroleum producing countries are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. The major producers are USA, Russia, Venezuela and Algeria. The leading producers in India are Digboi in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. So these were the places from where the petroleum is found. Next is natural gas. Natural gas is found with petroleum deposits and is released when crude oil is brought to the surface. So when that crude oil, okay, or we can say the form of petrol, when that form of petrol is brought towards the surface, at that time that natural gas is released and it can be used as domestic and industrial fuel. Domestic means it is used in our house and in industries also. Russia, Norway, UK and the Netherlands, these are the major producers of natural gas, means these countries are producing in large amount. In India, Jaisalmer, Krishna Godavari Delta, Tripura and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. Very few countries in the world have sufficient natural gas reserves of their own. Means there are very few countries in the world who have their own reserves, or we can say who have their own storage of their own natural gas. The sharp increase in our consumption of fossil fuels has led to their depletion at an alarming rate. As we know that we are using the fossil fuels or the natural resources in very large amount. That's why nowadays there is decreasing, or we can say there is an alarming rate. The toxic pollutants released from burning these fuels are also cause for concern. Means the pollutants, the toxic pollutants, or we can say the harmful pollutants, they are released from this burning fuel. That is also a reason for concerning. Unchecked burning of fossil fuel is like an unchecked drop tap which will eventually run dry. So if we will not check it, so it is same as when the tap is dripping, then it will run dry. This has led to the tapping of various non-conventional sources of energy that are cleaner alternatives to fossil fuels. Next, hydel power. Rainwater or river water stored in dams is made to fall from height. The falling water flows through pipeline inside the dams over turbine blades placed at the bottom of dams. The moving blades then turn the moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity, and this is called hydroelectricity. Means the rainwater or the river water is stored in dam. Afterwards they will make that water to fall from height, and when the water is falling from height, at that time they will run the turbine. So the water will go to turbine, and then it will attached to the blade. It will move to the blades, and the electricity which is produced with the help of that is known as the hydroelectricity. The water discharge after the generation of electricity is used for irrigation, and the water which is remain and that is discharged, so that water is used for irrigation. 1/4 of the world's electricity is produced by the hydel power, means 1/4 amount of the electricity of whole world, it is produced by this hydel power. The leading producers of hydel power in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil and China. Some important hydel power stations in India are Bakhranangal, Gandhi Sagar, Nagarjuna Sagar and Damodar Valley projects. Here you can see the picture of hydel power. With the help of this figure you can get some idea. So here we are stopping our today's session. Next portion, or we can say this non-conventional source of energy, we will continue in our next session. Thank you.